Something is wrong in Antarctica. The following story was told to me by an acquaintance I knew years ago in Utah named Noah, originally from Sweden. He worked as an environmental researcher for 35 years. The following story is paraphrased as best as I remember it. I worked in a research outpost in Antarctica back in 1993. I haven't been back. Something is being deliberately hidden. We were a research team studying glacial calving related to climate change and emissions. It was to be a 3-month excursion beginning at the cusp of their November summer through February. We were just under 4 weeks in, staying in essentially a steel-walled cabin fitted with 4 cots all in one tiny living area. Days were spent mostly in observation of genuinely gorgeous, virgin expanses of tundra being eaten and swallowed up by the earth into holes dozens of miles wide all in one shot. Nature is both beautiful and intimidating in equal measure by its unpredictability, especially in uncharted corners where no man has ever stepped. At night, however, it was much less majestic. Sardines packed into a little tin full of wires and cords. But no mosquitoes or ants in sight. That was always nice. It was a Thursday night. Not a particularly eventful day. We started kicking back the drinks right around dusk, and by 9 p.m., we were inebriated, falling down laughing. I remember one particular anecdote about a guy named Mel's wife's birthmark that looks like Hitler. Don't ask. But then, it happened. You hear that? Asked another researcher named Anthony. He reached across the desk to turn down the radio. Hear what? We asked collectively. Radio silence for about 30 seconds. I think when it first sounded out, we were in such disbelief, that none of us conceded. Wolves. Howling, faintly in the distance. But wolves don't live in Antarctica. Nothing lives in Antarctica. Not even Inuits with sled dogs. The air slowly regressed to thick, palpable collective dread when it rang out again, only closer. We had a window, and nothing could be seen but a desert, the horizon, and a purple haze emanated by a dying sun. Howling again, nearer. And again. Multiple howls ringing out at once. An entire pack of phantom canines in unlivable terrain. No, that's got to be a whale. Dennis reared his stare toward the floor as the words left his breath. We were more than 5 miles from the coast. And the ice below was at least 1,000 meters deep. Not even an ice quake could be audible where we were at. We all sat in an eerie, dread-induced silence for minutes. I felt a charge in my belly. Electric anxiety. We all did. I could see it in their faces. Open the window, I said. It's fucking -3 degrees. We'll have icicles hanging off our. And then, Dennis's sentence faded out to silence when the howls started again. Fucking wolves. In negative temperatures. Howls once again, roaring for nearly a minute while I stared at wide-eyed terror in the others' faces. He shut the window as quickly as he opened it, and none of us protested. It just went on, for a period of maybe 55 minutes, to be almost exact. I know, because I'd basically dissociated from the nightmarish reality of the situation by leering at the digital clock next to Mel's cot. Finally, the howls faded out to nothing, and it was gone. The next morning we phoned in for a helicopter. Anthony had recorded the entire thing. I don't know which was more terrifying, the ghostly baying in the distance or static, silent fear. We went out as a team the next day and trekked a mile in each direction. No fresh fallen snow. No wolf pits. No paw prints. The chopper from a research station 40 miles off swept the entire area for about 10 miles in every direction and found nothing but tundra. In the end, I understand the story is a bit anticlimactic. No. Our station didn't get ripped apart by rapacious werewolves or attacked by a monster that crawled out of the carved holes in the desert, but something unholy was out there that night. We didn't bother to listen the rest of the trip. But it was there. Something is out there in the desert of Antarctica around the coordinates of 77 degrees 50 S, 166 degrees 40 E. 2.5 years later, our research station was shut down by the Swedish government for unknown reasons. Probably technical issues, but then again, maybe not. I don't know. But that one particular hour was the most frightening thing I've ever faced. And I nearly drowned as a child. All the other stations remain until this day. Wolves don't live on the continent of Antarctica, but they were there that night.